Most of y'all have been doing all right finding slope. So we got to do the next part. We've got to get the entire equation. So we worked with graphs. When we have our equation, we use the format y equals mx plus b. That is our slope-intercept form. Y is always going to be part of the equation. X is going to be part of the equation. M and B, M is our slope, B is our y-intercept. So this part here, just kind of follow along. You don't have to be able to work it out this way. I'm just going to show you how this works. So when we try to find our y-intercept, because we know how to find slope, change in y over change in x. I'm going to take this equation, I'm going to rearrange it a little first. If I do that, that doesn't change anything with the equation, does it? It just puts the equal sign on the other side and all that. Same idea here. I'm going to switch those two things. That doesn't change anything either. So all I did right now is I just kind of rearranged it a little differently. To get it so it's b equals, and you'll have to do this next year in Math 1, but for right now, I need to move the mx to the other side. When I move something to the other side of an equation, I do the opposite. So I would subtract, it cancels out the mx's. If I do it to one side, same thing to the other side. So what that gives me is b equals y minus mx. And that is how we're going to find the y-intercept, by doing y minus mx. So on your boards there, write that down so you have that today. So every time, we're going to need to do y minus mx. So if we're trying to get the entire equation, we're going to have 3 basic steps to what we're doing. Step 1, we find the slope. That's what we've been doing. That's our change in y over change in x. Step 2, we find the y-intercept. That is the y minus mx I just showed you. And then step 3 is just kind of putting it all together. When we write the equation, we have y equals, let's say the slope was 3, y-intercept was 4, we'd have y equals 3x plus 4. Okay? Yeah. All right, so here's how this works. I've got to find the equation for the line through those 2 points. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the slope. So my slope is change in y over change in x. From 3 to 4 is an increase of 1, 1 to 2, also increase of 1. 1 over 1 is 1. So y'all, that is my slope. M is 1. To get the y-intercept, I am going to do y minus mx. You can use either of the 2 ordered pairs. For now, I'm going to use that one there. You want to use what's probably going to be easy to work with. Both of these would be easy to work with. I'm using this one because it has different numbers than our slope. So it's a little easier to show. The y value is 4 minus m is my slope. That's 1. When you got 2 variables next to each other, that's multiplication. So we're going to multiply by the x value for that ordered pair was 2. When we do order of operations, multiplication is done before addition or subtraction. So I got to multiply that first every time. So we do 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Then last thing I need to do is I need to put it all together. I got y equals, my slope is my coefficient. It goes in front of the x. Y-intercept, if it's positive, we're adding it on. If it's negative, we would subtract it. So my equation there would be y equals 1x plus 2, or just y equals x plus 2. Any questions on that? All right, y'all go ahead. I want to try. All right, first step, we need the slope. Who can tell me what the slope is? Alea? -2 is our slope. Slope is change in y over change in x. My y values are going from 1 to 3. My x values are going from 2 to 1. The y's and the x's have to be in the same order. So if I use this 1 first and then the 3, I have to put the 2 first and then the 1. Can't switch the order. The y value has to be with its corresponding x value. So from 1 to 3 is an increase of 2. That's a positive 2 then. 2 to 1 is a decrease of 1. So that makes a negative 1. When one of the numbers is negative, the whole slope is negative. All right, so there's our slope. Once we have the slope, we need to find the y-intercept. So our y-intercept, Prince, what'd you get? Positive 5 is correct. To get the y-intercept, you do y minus mx. It doesn't make a difference which one you use. We just got to use it correctly. So if I use this ordered pair here, my y value is 1 minus m is my slope, that's negative 2, times the x value, positive 2. Multiplication gets done before any addition or subtraction. So negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. So we got 1 minus negative 4. When we're subtracting with a negative, we do same change. First number stays the same. We change to addition. We change the sign on the second number. That's 1 plus 4. That is positive 5, like he said. Any questions on that part? All right, now who can give me the whole equation? Eliana? Yeah, so we got y equals, slope goes in front of the x, y-intercept adding on since it was positive. So y equals negative 2x plus 5. Any questions? All right, try. All right. First, the slope. That's the biggest one. Heaven, what's slope? It is 2. So, slope, changing y over changing x. My y values go from 13 to 23. X values go from 5 to 10. 13 to 23 is 10. 5 to 10 is 5. 10 over 5 gives us that 2 that she said. All right, so once we get the slope, we got to find our y-intercept. Cam, what's the y-intercept? 3 is correct. To get the y-intercept, we do y minus mx. We pick a y value from one of the ordered pairs. It shouldn't matter which one. Do what you think is easy to work with. These are about the same. I'm going to use the second one just to have some bigger numbers. So I got 23 as my y value. My slope is x. The x value, or sorry, my slope is 2. The x value then that goes with that y is 10. Multiply first always. So we got 23 minus 20, which equals 3. Then we got to put it all together. Nevaeh? So we got y equals 2x plus 3. Any questions on that? Y'all, it's just going through the steps each time. The biggest issues with this are the signs when you have negatives, okay? All right, so I'm going to do this one just to show. We find our slope. Changing y over changing x. My y values are going from 4 to 5. X values 3 to 6. This makes my slope 1/3. As y'all know from the last few days, you get fractions a lot for this. So you still work it out the exact same way if you have a fraction. You do y minus mx. I'll take that one there. My y value is 4. My slope is 1/3. My x value there would be 3. When you multiply, if your slope is a fraction, divide by the denominator and multiply by the numerator. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 times 1 obviously is 1. So we got 4 minus 1, which would be 3. So anytime we have a slope that is a fraction, divide by denominator, multiply by numerator. So then when we put it all together, I'd have y equals 1/3 x plus 3. Okay? Any questions on that? So the fractions don't change it a whole lot. Just you got to make sure you're multiplying correctly with the fractions. All right, try this one. Give you a little hint. This one has a fraction for the slope. Who give me a slope? Brian, what's the slope? 1/2 is correct. All right, if you worked it out, you would have got 2/4, which simplifies to 1/2. I think everybody was good on 1/2, so I'm not going to work that one out. Y-intercept. Alea, what'd you get? 3 is correct. That one I'm going to show. We do y minus mx. I'll use this one here just to show first, but 5 minus 1/2 times 4. 1/2 of 4 is 2. So that's 5 minus 2, which equals 3. Y'all, 0 makes it easier though. We would have had 3 minus 1/2 times 0. Y'all, what's half times 0? 0. Anything times 0 is 0. That's why it makes it easier. 3 minus 0 then still gives you that 3. Mariah, what's the whole equation? Y equals 1/2 x plus 3. All right, now, I did notice a couple of y'all are forgetting to put that x on there. For right now, that's maybe not that big a deal, but when we're doing stuff with this on Desmos and all that, if you don't put that x on there, it's going to give you a very different result. So make sure we're putting that x on the slope, okay? Any questions on any of that?